soft golden light bathes the city of Brisbane, where the river bends in lazy curves, and the air carries a warmth that feels like a gentle embrace. Here, skyscrapers shimmer beside quiet gardens, and bridges arc gracefully across waters that catch the hues of sunrise and sunset alike. Brisbane moves to an easy rhythm, a perfect blend of modern energy and timeless calm, where each corner offers a new place to pause, to breathe, and to let the day slip gently away. As the sun dips low, the soft murmur of evening rises from leafy boulevards and breezy riverbanks. Cafes spill warm laughter onto quiet streets, and ferries glide along the river, their reflections dancing among the ripples. In Brisbane, the city's heart beats in tune with nature, and even the busiest corners seem to invite you to slow down, to savor the lingering warmth in the air, and to lose yourself in the simple beauty of the moment. Tonight, the journey drifts through Brisbane's gardens and galleries, across sunlit river paths and island shores, and into the welcoming arms of its peaceful neighborhoods. As the gentle story unfolds, it will carry you through the soothing scenes of a city that feels both vibrant and still, awake and dreaming, all at once. Settle in, let the river's rhythm guide you, and prepare to fall softly into restful slumber beneath Brisbane's endless, star-speckled sky. Welcome to Bedtime Travel Stories, where soothing tales and gentle narrations take you on a tranquil journey through the world's most enchanting places, right from the comfort of your bed. Unwind and travel with us as we explore the globe one story at a time, helping you relax and drift into a peaceful sleep. The Brisbane River winds through the heart of the city like a wide, shimmering ribbon, its surface catching the colors of the sky and carrying them downstream. Ferries glide smoothly across the gentle currents, leaving soft trails of white foam that ripple outward and vanish into the slow-moving water. Along the riverbanks, leafy walkways invite quiet strolls, where the scent of fresh eucalyptus drifts in the air and the distant hum of life blends into a soft, soothing backdrop. As twilight approaches, the river becomes a mirror for the lights of the city, each towering building casting a glimmering reflection that sways and stretches with every tiny ripple. The Story Bridge arches overhead, dressed in soft lights that flicker like stars caught on iron, connecting neighborhoods across the water's gleaming span. Bridges stretch gracefully from bank to bank, standing like silent guardians over the gentle flow below. Along the edges of the river, green parks unfold, their grassy fields dappled in the last golden rays of sunlight. Towering fig trees stretch their arms wide, casting cool shadows where visitors linger on benches, quietly watching the river's timeless journey. Cyclists coast past with easy rhythm, and couples walk hand in hand, pausing to point out the ferries gliding by, each one a floating lantern on the water's dusk-lit stage. In quieter corners, narrow wooden docks stretch into the river's embrace, where small boats sway gently with the breathing tide. The air here carries a lightness, touched by the scent of salt and sun-warmed stone, inviting visitors to sit, to breathe, and to watch as the sky shifts from peach to violet and the river slowly swallows the day's last colors. As night deepens, the fairy lights grow brighter, casting dancing reflections across the darkened water. Street lamps create pools of golden light along the promenades, where flowers along the river's edge nod sleepily in the warm, forgiving breeze. Every so often, a soft splash breaks the stillness, a fish leaping, a paddle dipping, the gentle lapping of the water against stone. Across the water, the south bank comes alive with a quiet energy, its gardens and sculptures bathed in soft illumination. The wheel of Brisbane turns slowly against the sky, each carriage offering riders a moment suspended between the city and the stars. The laughter of children from riverside playgrounds drifts across the water like the fading echoes of a joyful song. Even in the heart of the city, the river holds a hush, as if it whispers to those who listen closely enough. Here, the world seems to soften, as if wrapped in the river's wide and gentle arms. Time slows, footsteps quiet, and hearts fall into rhythm with the easy, endless current. Here, by the Brisbane River, dreams drift with the tide, carried by a lullaby of moving water and shifting light. Beneath the endless canopy of Queensland's night sky, the river flows onward, steady and patient, offering a soft place for weary minds to wander and find peace. Across the slow-moving waters of the Brisbane River, South Bank unfolds like a dream of colour and calm. Beneath sweeping archways of magenta bougainvillea, winding pathways lead through lush gardens where tall palms sway and frangipani trees release their sweet, familiar scent into the breeze. Every step along the riverfront feels touched by sunshine, with dappled light playing across stone walkways and grassy lawns. The Grand Arbor, a sinuous floral-covered walkway, stretches into the distance, its curves guiding gentle exploration. Beside it, the South Bank parklands open wide, a green and welcoming space dotted with sculptures, shady picnic spots, and pools where the laughter of children rises like birdsong. At Street's beach, an unexpected oasis glitters under the sun, a man-made lagoon with soft white sand, where families linger long into the golden afternoons. Nearby, the Queensland Art Gallery and the Gallery of Modern Art stand as silent guardians of creativity, their airy halls filled with treasures from every corner of the world. Inside, soft footsteps echo on polished floors, and visitors move slowly from canvas to canvas, pausing to absorb the colors, the brushstrokes, the captured moments. Outside, sculptures spill into courtyards and along quiet paths, blending art with the living landscape. The scent of fresh coffee and warm pastries drifts from open-air cafes, where shaded tables invite rest and conversation. Artists and musicians fill the air with their quiet performances, a guitarist strumming in a sun-dappled corner, a painter capturing the way the light falls across the river. Everything seems stitched together with an invisible thread of ease, weaving art, nature, and city life into a single beautiful tapestry. Farther along, the wheel of Brisbane slowly turns, its bright white silhouette mirrored in the river below. From high above, the city stretches in all directions, the winding river carving a gentle path through skyscrapers, gardens, and leafy suburbs. Yet, even from such heights, Brisbane feels unhurried, a city comfortable in its own serene embrace. The South Bank's gardens change with the seasons, offering bursts of color in spring, deep greens in summer, and a tender fading in autumn's light. Always, though, there is warmth in the air, in the friendly smiles of passers-by, in the easy rhythm that ties the river's slow breath to the footsteps of those who wander here. Even as twilight settles, the riverfront glows with soft lights strung through the trees and subtle spotlights that kiss the sculptures with gold. The breeze carries the mingled aromas of blooming flowers, simmering dishes from nearby restaurants, and the faint mineral scent of the cooling river. It is a place where the simple pleasures of beauty, movement, and stillness come together in effortless harmony. As the sky deepens to velvet, South Bank becomes a garden of stars, both above and below, reflected in the calm river and in the quiet wonder of every visitor's heart. Here, in the embrace of Brisbane's greenest heart, the world slows to a peaceful, lasting sigh. As twilight deepens and the soft hues of sunset melt into the horizon, the Story Bridge stands tall and luminous, its graceful frame etched in golden light against the darkening sky. Rising above the slow-flowing river, the bridge weaves the two halves of the city together, its silhouette both bold and delicate, like lacework spun from steel. Below, the waters ripple gently, catching the reflections of 1,000 tiny bulbs strung along the bridge's elegant spine. Climbing the Story Bridge is an invitation to see Brisbane from a new, dreamlike vantage. Step by step, the city falls away, until only the hush of the breeze and the rhythmic sound of soft footsteps remain. The ascent is steady and calming, a slow journey upward through the balmy night air, where each breath carries the mingled scents of the river and the faint, sweet aroma of flowering trees far below. From the summit, the panorama unfurls in every direction, a quiet marvel wrapped in twilight's velvet embrace. To the west, the distant peaks of the Dagular Range lie in gentle shadows, their outlines softened by evening mist. To the east, the wide ribbon of the river curves toward the bay, its surface dotted with ferries and sailboats, their tiny wakes drawing silver lines across the water's darkened face. The city itself stretches like a glittering quilt beneath the stars, its buildings glowing softly rather than gleaming harshly, as if Brisbane holds its breath for a moment of stillness. Roads twist and weave through neighborhoods tucked among trees, and small pockets of green space breathe life into the urban sprawl. Even the tallest towers seem less like intrusions and more like quiet sentinels, standing watch over the river's eternal journey. The breeze is gentle atop the bridge, carrying whispers from far-off places, the distant call of a bird, the soft hum of traffic fading into the night, the faint laughter drifting from riverside cafes below. Overhead, the stars begin to pierce the sky's deepening blue, tiny pinpricks of light that seem close enough to touch, suspended between the sky and the earth. Down below, the ferries leave luminous trails behind them, their wake-line shadows fanning out like ribbons across the dark river. The bridges farther upstream and downstream twinkle in sympathy, joining the Story Bridge in a silent conversation of light across the wide expanse of water. The whole city breathes together, a slow, patient rhythm of life moving through streets, gardens, and riverbanks. Lingering at the top, the world feels weightless, a tender pause held just between the ending of the day and the dreaming of the night. Every sound seems softer here, every movement slower, as if even time itself has loosened its hold in the warm, forgiving air. High above Brisbane, the city reveals its quiet soul, not in its busy daylight bustle, but in the way it exhales under the sheltering stars. The descent is as gentle as the climb, each step a return to the living, breathing heart of the city. But something lingers from that lofty moment, a sense of peace, a soft wonder, a memory of standing still among the stars, with the river's song weaving the night together far below. Beyond the bustle of the city, where the air turns a little sweeter and the trees grow taller, lies a place of soft moments and quiet wonder. Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary, cradled in a bend of the Brisbane River, welcomes visitors into a world where time slows to the easy rhythm of nature. The scent of warm earth, eucalyptus leaves, and sunshine fills the air, inviting every step to be slower, every breath deeper. In shaded groves, koalas rest dreamily in the crooks of gum trees, their soft gray fur blending with the bark and leaves. Some stir lazily to nibble on tender shoots, their movements slow and deliberate, as if savoring the flavor of each moment. Others simply doze, cradled by branches, their round faces peaceful and untroubled by the passing hours. Visitors wander quietly among them, voices low, as though the sanctuary itself whispers a gentle request for stillness. In special enclosures, it's possible to meet these gentle creatures up close, to feel the surprising weight of a koala against your arms, to hear the soft rustle of its breathing, to glimpse the quiet curiosity shining in its dark, liquid eyes. In these tender moments, the world feels smaller, kinder, wrapped in the warmth of simple connection. Beyond the koalas, a chorus of life fills the sanctuary. Kangaroos lounge lazily in open fields, basking in the sun's golden warmth, while rainbow lorikeets flash like living jewels between the trees. Platypuses glide through clear pools, shy and secretive, and cassowaries patrol shaded corners, their vibrant crests and deep knowing eyes a glimpse into an ancient world. The paths meander beneath wide canopies of green, leading visitors from one quiet scene to the next. A wombat napping under a hollow log, a mother kangaroo with her joey peeking curiously from her pouch, a kookaburra laughing from a high branch. Every corner of the sanctuary hums with life, yet the feeling remains one of peace, as if all creatures here share an unspoken promise to move gently through the day. Soft breezes stir the eucalyptus leaves overhead, sending their scent drifting through the warm air like an invisible song. The river sparkles just beyond the trees, glimpsed through swaying branches, its steady flow a reminder that even in moments of stillness, the world moves gently forward. Picnic tables nestled beneath shady trees offer places to sit, to rest, to simply watch the dance of light and shadow across the earth. As afternoon tilts toward evening, the sanctuary grows even quieter, with the animals settling into their own slow rituals of sleep and twilight wandering. The golden light softens, stretching long, dappled fingers across the ground, and the first hints of evening coolness breathe through the trees. At Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary, the heart beats slower, the mind softens, and the soul finds something it may not have even known it was seeking, a soft connection to the rhythms of life, tender and unhurried, under the endless Australian sky. Tucked along the river's curve, Brisbane's city botanic gardens offer a living tapestry of green, where every path leads to another quiet wonder. Ancient trees, their roots thick and gnarled with time, stretch broad canopies overhead, casting cool shadows across lawns stitched with sunlight. Palms sway gently in the breeze, and the air is rich with the mingling scents of earth, blossoms, and the faint saltiness of the river beyond. Wandering the gardens feels like moving through a story written in leaves and petals. There are hidden nooks where benches wait beside lily-dotted ponds, and wide lawns where ibis strut with curious grace. In the bamboo grove, tall stalks rise like green cathedral columns, their hollow trunks knocking softly against one another in the wind, creating a music that is ancient and calming. The gardens are home to rare and delicate plants, their blooms offering sudden bursts of color amid the endless greens. Frangipani trees release their sweet perfume into the warm air, and jacaranda blossoms create soft purple carpets beneath the trees. Every step brings a new texture, a new scent, a new sound, each one a gentle reminder of the quiet abundance that thrives all around. Beyond the gardens, the path to Mount Kuta begins to rise, winding through thicker forest and climbing steadily away from the river's soft whispers. Here the city falls away behind a curtain of trees, and the air grows fresher, touched with the crispness of eucalyptus and wildflowers. Birdsong fills the spaces between footfalls, and the light flickers and dances through the shifting leaves. At the summit of Mount Kuta, the world seems to stretch endlessly in all directions. Brisbane's skyline glitters far below, stitched to the banks of the winding river, while beyond the city, rolling hills tumble into the distance, softened by the haze of the afternoon sun. The view is wide and embracing, a quiet reassurance that there is always more to see, more to dream, more to explore. The lookout area is framed by gardens of native plants, where butterflies flit among bright blooms and the scent of warm earth rises from the ground. Families gather on the lawns, their quiet chatter blending with the soft rustle of the breeze. A nearby cafe offers cups of rich coffee and fresh pastries, the inviting aroma weaving into the air like a welcoming hand. As evening approaches, the city below transforms, its buildings catching the low sun's fire before fading into a soft, muted glow. The river shines like a ribbon of molten gold, and the distant hum of life becomes little more than a sigh on the wind. The sky shifts through endless shades of rose, amber, and violet until the first stars begin to blink awake. Standing on Mount Koot Tha, with the world spread out in gentle silence, the heart feels a little lighter and the mind a little clearer. It is a place where the pulse of nature and the quiet breathing of the earth feel close enough to touch, wrapping every visitor in a calm, enduring embrace. Just beyond the curve of Brisbane's coast lies Moreton Island, a shimmering jewel of sand and sea that feels a world away from the city's hum. The ferry ride across the bay is gentle, the waters sparkling under the mid-morning sun as seabirds wheel overhead. The salty air carries hints of far-off breezes, and the rhythmic hum of the ferry soothes the senses, a prelude to the soft wonders waiting ahead. Arriving at Moreton Island feels like stepping into a dream made of light and water. The beaches unfold in endless ribbons of soft, pale sand, bordered by dunes that rise like golden waves against the sky. The surf whispers onto the shore in steady sighs, and the warm sea breeze tugs playfully at wide-brimmed hats and linen scarves, as if urging visitors to leave their cares behind. Near the island's western shore, the Tangalooma wrecks loom like gentle sentinels, a cluster of sunken ships that now teem with life. Beneath the clear waters, coral clings to rusted hulls, and schools of bright fish weave through the quiet shadows. Snorkelers float lazily above the underwater gardens, drifting weightlessly through scenes painted in every shade of blue and gold. Farther inland, sandy tracks lead through quiet forests of scribbly gums and native pines. The island's heart beats slowly and softly, a place of sheltered lagoons, hidden lakes and dunes where only the wind leaves its mark. Lake Honeyeater glistens among the trees, its clear waters inviting a cooling swim beneath the endless open sky. Adventurers find gentle thrills sliding down the towering dunes, the soft roar of sand rising with each playful tumble. Every climb is rewarded with sweeping views across the island and out to the glimmering horizon, where the sky and sea blur into a single boundless world. Laughter rides the air, blending with the whispering grasses and the distant calls of seabirds. As the day lingers, dolphins begin to gather near the shoreline at Tangalooma, their sleek forms slicing through the shallows with effortless grace. Standing ankle-deep in the warm, rippling water, visitors watch these wild companions up close, exchanging quiet glances that seem to carry messages older than memory. It is a moment stitched together with wonder, humility, and joy. As the sun begins its slow descent, the island glows in hues of honey and rose. The sands cool beneath bare feet, the breeze softens, and the ocean becomes a great rippling mirror for the sky's unfolding colors. It is a closing song of light and peace, a gentle farewell whispered on the tide. The ferry's return journey feels slower, as if the island is reluctant to let its visitors go. Seated on the open deck, faces turn to catch the last warmth of the day. Travelers carry home more than memories. They carry a piece of Moreton's timeless calm tucked quietly into their hearts. As the sun melts into the horizon and the river catches the last threads of light, Brisbane transforms into a city of soft illuminations and lingering aromas. Across the riverbanks and into the winding streets, the evening air fills with the inviting scent of simmering spices, fresh bread, and the smoky sweetness of grilled fare. Cafes, bistros, and rooftop terraces awaken, their tables draped with soft lamplight and the easy murmur of conversation. In the South Bank precinct, open-air restaurants line the river, offering the perfect places to dine beneath a sky just beginning to bloom with stars. The scent of wood-fired pizzas mingles with the bright tang of citrus cocktails, and platters of fresh seafood, oysters, prawns, and tender barramundi glisten in the candlelight. The warm air hums with quiet music and the gentle clinking of glasses raised in easy toasts. Nearby, at the night markets, street vendors set out treasures of flavor from every corner of the world. Steam curls up from fragrant noodle bowls. Spicy sautés sizzle on open grills, and sweet pastries beckon from colorful stalls. Each bite is a small journey, each dish a memory stitched into the gathering night. Across the river in New Farm, hidden courtyards and cozy wine bars offer quieter corners for dining and dreaming. Under strings of soft white lights, plates of handmade pasta, charcuterie boards and rich, earthy mains arrive in a slow, savoring rhythm. The scent of rosemary and roasted garlic drifts through the air, blending with the occasional burst of laughter or the slow notes of a guitar. Up on rooftop bars overlooking the city skyline, the mood is buoyant but unhurried. Twinkling lights stretch across the river like a spilled handful of stars, and the cool breeze carries the scent of tropical cocktails and the faint saltiness of the distant sea. Here, stories are shared lazily between courses, and the night drifts past in easy waves of connection. Even in Brisbane's quieter neighbourhoods, evening dining feels touched with magic. In West End, long communal tables fill with dishes rich with spices and traditions, Moroccan tagines, Greek meze platters, Thai curries, their aromas drawing neighbours and visitors alike into warm, fragrant gatherings. Each table becomes a constellation of shared flavors and flickering candlelight. Desserts tempt from bakery windows and cafe counters, pavlovas crowned with gleaming berries, rich chocolate tarts, and slices of mango cheesecake so light they seem to float. The scent of fresh pastries and roasted coffee wraps the streets in a soft, welcoming embrace, offering the perfect note to end a lingering evening. Dining under Brisbane stars is more than a meal. It is an experience of flavors, friendships, and gentle connection. In every bite, in every laugh that floats upward into the warm night, the city offers its final gift of the day, a reminder that some of the sweetest moments are found not in grand gestures, but in simple pleasures shared under an open, starlit sky. As the last notes of the evening drift away, Brisbane settles into a hush, its gardens, riverbanks, and quiet neighborhoods wrapped in the silver light of the stars. The soft rhythm of the Brisbane River continues its patient journey, carrying with it the laughter, stories, and quiet dreams of the day. Somewhere beneath a canopy of wide, whispering trees, the city breathes in deeply and lets the night unfold in gentle sighs. Memories of sunlit walks through South Bank's flowering arches, the slow ascent of the Story Bridge, the peaceful gaze of a koala nestled in eucalyptus branches, and the shimmering sands of Moreton Island float easily across the mind's landscape. Each moment, stitched together by river breezes and warm laughter, becomes a part of the peaceful, endless tapestry of Brisbane's heart. Now, with the river's quiet song still echoing softly in the background, it is time to let the spirit drift downstream into dreams. Brisbane fades into a tender mist of stars, water, and trees, a place always waiting, always welcoming, always gently carrying you closer to rest. We hope you enjoyed today's serene journey and found peace in our gentle narration. Do join us next time as we make a relaxing visit to another of the world's most iconic places. Sweet dreams and safe travels until we meet again.